What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We are here today with our official 1.0 2022 NFL mock draft here for the Pittsburgh Steelers. You see the picks flashing up on the board here with where they're starting out. And a lot of needs on this team, but really, nothing is a glaring need. Obviously, you got the quarterback holes and everything, but a lot of veterans were signed in the offseason, and so I think this team is in a pretty strong spot to really go and get the guys that they want here. So you see, we're going to use the PFF mock draft simulator, playing with a little bit of their tools here, trying to get a little bit more of a realistic draft board falling here for this run at the mock draft, but pretty excited. It's a great time of the year, and everyone's going to be running their different mock drafts here, and so definitely going to play with the trade-ups here. Got to turn that speed down to slow, but we're not going at the top of the board quite yet. So Jaguars go Hutchinson, Lions go Kyle Hamilton, an interesting pick. I don't think many people have him going number 2. That tackle there to the Texans, Thibodeau there at number 4 to the Jets. And so here's a first spot we're going to start playing with trading up here is number 5. And we're going up to get a QB here. And so Panthers sitting there at number 6. QB is their top need. And we're going to try to go get our guy for the future here. And so trying to put together a deal similar to when the Steelers went up and got Devin Bush. They're throwing in a couple of thirds, not even registering on the Giants' radar there. I want to hold on to that second round pick as much as possible there. Throw in next year's. It's a little rich for my taste. Plus, I just don't think the Panthers are going to go after our guy. I think they have a different guy in mind, so we're going to go ahead. We're just going to resume the draft here. Giants end up going Evan Neal, tackle out of Bama. Panthers go Sauce Gardner. And so we're going to try again here and try to jump the Falcons and the Seahawks as well. Going after our same guy here. All the QBs still on the board, but we have one in particular. And I'm a firm believer that if you have a guy you think is the franchise guy, you go up and you get him. You don't wait to fall to number 20. If he's going to be your franchise QB, you go up and you get your guy. You don't hope for him to fall to 20, because at that point, if you just pick whoever's available at 20, you don't have that conviction. So I firmly believe in going up, getting your guy. And we're playing with the draft here. This year's 3rd, next year's 3rd, 2024 3rd, and a 4. 50% chance they accept that trade. They don't, so we're just going to have to finagle it here and see, maybe throw in a conditional future 4th or so, and maybe ask for a pick back and make it a little bit easier of a trade there, asking for that pick back. But we're going to go ahead, push this trade through. Ask for that future 4 back there. It's a 50, 60 some chance there. Let's go ahead, push this trade through and see what happens. The pick is in, and it is QB Malik Willis out of Liberty University. Steelers Nation's going to be split over this one. I know a lot of guys like Willis, a lot of guys like Pickett, some guys don't want a QB at all, so it's definitely a controversial pick here, and we'll watch how the rest of the first round plays out. But overall, I felt like Malik Willis is the only quarterback in this class that has the ability to rise up to be a franchise QB. I just don't think the other guys can. I think Pickett's at his ceiling. Corral's intriguing, but I just don't see the top-end talent. He's got a nice release, but Ritter just seems like he's kind of close to his ceiling as well. Although he does have a nice blend of athleticism and experience, the ball placement, and everything outside of the mental side of the game. The actual throwing the football is the part where he is a little bit of the weakest. So, a nice blend of guys there, but we went up and we got our guy, quarterback Malik Willis, and he is going to be able to sit for a year behind Mitch Trubisky. I just didn't feel like he was going to fall, and overall, Didn't want to take that risk, and so I think that was the biggest goal coming out of this draft, is to get quarterback Malik Willis on the team. You see there Sam Howell, the next quarterback off the draft there at number 32 to the Detroit Lions. But we are here now, the second round pick approaching on the clock, and our main target here was wide receiver George Pickens, but you see he goes there just 5 picks before us to the Washington Commanders there. So a couple of options here, a couple of different directions we can go as far as, O-line, wide receiver. Do we want to go defense? There's a couple of good O-linemen still on the board here. Darian Kennard, one of those guys, 6'5", 340, senior on a really good offensive line there at Kentucky. Some other guys here on the board. Trey McBride, tight end, not a need. Justin Ross, I didn't like his work out there. Jamari Saylor, another guy who's a swing guy. He can play inside and outside on that really good Georgia offensive line. 320 pounds there, senior, 6'4". So he would have had some position flexibility, which I do like. And we could go wide receiver here. Christian Watson, the guy that tested really well, just had a problem with hands, and I'm too scared seeing that, with the problems we've had in the past in the wide receiver corps. It reminds me too much of a Claypool, and I just don't think we need another Claypool on this team. Alec Pierce, another intriguing option there. So let's see what the pick is. And there it is. Darian Kennard is the pick, tackle out of Kentucky. I was really, fighting between him or Jamari Saylor there. Saylor having that position flexibility, but I wanted the true tackle there to help the depth on this offensive line. And we're right into things here in the 4th round. We gave up the 3rd rounder in the Malik Willis trade. So here we are back on the board, pick 138, and we know what guy we want here in this spot. We've had our eyes on him. We'll take a peek at the rest of the board here, but we know who our guy is, and we're going to go get him. That is right. Sterling Weatherford, safety out of Miami, Ohio. Tomlin gets him another Maction guy. And really, this is before the Steelers have signed any safety, so Terrell Edmonds is still out there on the market. No Tyrann Mathieu signing as of the date of this video. So Sterling Weatherford, though, very intriguing, very physical. 6'4". I think he might even be 6'5". Ran like a 4.4 or a 4.5 40. Really athletic guy back there that I think you could pair very well with Minkah Fitzpatrick there, a physical guy. There's some other safeties that are out there that are available that might be more in the box physical. But with that, we're on the board again, and we will see what the pick is. Steelers going back to the SMU wide receiver well for Danny Gray. And just like the former SMU receiver they drafted, Mike Wallace, Danny Gray is a speedster that can get down the field. And that is definitely something this offense is lacking in the speed department. And definitely need to add somebody in this wide receiver group after we lost out on George Pickens earlier in the draft. And I really like Danny Gray. And I love the speed that he can bring to the table. He's also 6'2", so he's not a tiny guy. Physical, long receiver that will certainly help out this team. So that was a 6th-round pick. Now we're in the 7th, and things start to get hard here. I want to address backup running back. A couple names, C.J. Verdell, Kennedy Brooks. I just wanted something, though, that was different from what we already have. Anthony McFarland hasn't panned out. Benny Snell is a bruiser, really not doing much different than what Najee already does at a much better rate. And so, just like the Danny Gray pick, we want to inject speed into this offense. And there's a guy here that really sticks out and can apply that speed. The pick here is Tyler Goodson, running back out of Iowa. You know, I haven't watched much of him, but he's an underclassman. He is a little undersized. It says 5'10 there, but he might even be 5'9. But he ran a 4.4 40 there, and I think that's just something that maybe might fit well in Canada's offense as that motion man running around in the backfield, could get those jet sweep handoffs quickly and get to the edge there and provide some depth opportunity there to fight with Snell and McFarland behind this Najee Harris depth chart that we have here. Last pick on the board, though, 241 in the 7th, and y'all already know who it is. The final pick is in, and it is Connor Hayward, brother of Cameron Hayward, to round out the class. You know, really can go anywhere when you're picking on the back end of the 7th, so we just went with the family ties there. So here it is, my first try at the 2021 mock draft here for the Steelers. We're less than a month away. You see the trade details there. PFF likes it, gives it a grade of A, and then it gave us a C on the Malik Willis trade. But overall, draft grade of A- there. So I don't know how it comes up with those numbers, but I'll take it. But go ahead, drop a comment down below what you would have done differently. Maybe your other ideas there. Like the video. Subscribe for more Sidearm Gaming content. We hope you have a great rest of your day.